That mother. What the are you doing, man?
This is poor shot
Yeah.
selection, Philly.
These old bitches got it, man. these old bitches, me. These old bitches don't stop, boy. Yo, listen, man.
So, as much as I really don't care for celebrities or celebrity gossip or celebrity news, whatever it is that celebrities have going on, I really wanted to talk about this Draya and Jalen Green um, pregnancy announcement that's been kind of trending over the past week. Oh, and by the way, I'm just trying something a little bit different for those of you guys who normally tune into my videos. And you notice that the background is different. I'm just kind of trying a different format. So I'm just trying to, sort of figure some things out and kind of see how I want to format my content. So just in case you're wondering what was up with the background, why is it a little bit different? So just wanted to mention that. But anyways, back to the story at hand. So I don't really like celebrity gossip and news, but I really feel like with this Draya and Jalen Green situation, it really got me thinking about, double standards and the dynamic of dating people who are substantially younger than you, or really dating, in her situation, dating a man that is the same age as her oldest son. So, and this is not to be judgmental or anything. I just wanted to bring up this point because I feel like when you have a situation like this where the woman is older than the man, you don't really seem to get a lot of backlash and a lot of, pointing the finger and accusations of perversion. I personally could not imagine dating a man that young. And Drea has me by about 3 or 4 years in age. So I myself could not imagine dating a man that's 21 or 22 years old and actually really taking the relationship serious. I wouldn't even really feel comfortable going out with a man that was that age. It's just, I don't know what we could possibly have in common. Like, what would our conversations look like? As a woman, for the most part, most women like maturity in a man. And I'm not saying that there's anything really inherently wrong because at the end of the day, they are two consenting adults. But on a mental level, I can't personally see it. But it's like, do your thing, sis. Do, whatever you want to do. It's not for me to judge or not for me to say, but I can't see it. I don't see the appeal in that. Now, of course, y'all know that the internet has no chill. So there are people who are, talking a little bit, who are throwing some shade in the situation. So she did give a little bit of a response. She said, it doesn't seem like she was really addressing like what people are saying, like what any specific person has said. But this was one of the reactions that she put on her Instagram account. It says, "Get comfortable being misunderstood. Only a fraction of people will be able to truly grasp your essence. You're not on anyone else's timeline of comprehension," she wrote on her Instagram story. And then she also put, "It's also none of your business how others choose to perceive you. Most High sees you clearly. Let that be enough." And I think that that's well said. People are going to judge you. People are not going to understand you. Some people don't want to understand you. Some people don't want to like you. So no matter what you do, they're going to have something to say. In the past, Dre has talked quite a bit about being like a sort of a free spirit and just kind of living life on her own terms, not really worried about what people say. And, this free spirit energy, which I'm all about. I love the free spirit energy. I love just, doing you and being yourself, even if people don't like it, so what? But let's just be real, y'all. We can't ignore the double standard in this situation because we know damn well the backlash that always happens when a man is substantially older than a woman. People will say stuff like, "Oh, it's given pervert, it's given groomer, it's given, he would have been a pedophile if he had the opportunity. He probably would have picked her up at 15 or 16 years old." And now, in some cases, that could be true. Like, in some cases, a lot of times that is true. A lot of times, some men who go for women who are that much younger do have the intention of grooming them because they want a woman who doesn't already have a lot of life experience that they can kind of show new things to, and she doesn't already have a lot of bad taste in her mouth from previous relationships, a lot of negative baggage from old relationships. So it's kind of like a fresh new start, which I think is a lot of times the appeal that older men have with women who would be substantially younger, like around Jalen's age. Um, but in a woman's situation, that's the reason, that's the thing that's a little that is kind of baffling to me about this. I just don't get the appeal of a boy that young. Drea is a beautiful 39-year-old woman. She's a beautiful, I guess you could consider her older. Like, nowadays, people consider 39 to be older. I mean, she's a beautiful woman. She's in great shape. She's already had two kids before, and her body still looks good. She's beautiful. And Jalen's a good-looking young guy. He can probably get any woman that he wants. He can get a woman his age easily, or closer to his age very easily. I mean, he's successful. He's an NBA player. He's got the fame, the fortune, the good looks. Like, he can get any woman that he wants. So it's interesting that he chose a relationship with a woman that much older, even though she is extremely attractive. There's extremely attractive women that are his age that he has very easy access to. But I mean, Drea is a baddie. I mean, we cannot even deny it. Drea is a baddie. She's been a baddie. I always looked at her like that chick is hot. Like, so even though she's older, she's still bad. She still got it. And actually, Mace and Cameron had kind of weighed in and gave their thoughts about this whole situation. I believe it was yesterday the video was uploaded, and Mace has said that he feels like this is just straight up poor shot selection by Jalen.
These kids, these young basketball players was kids, and they watch these bitches on TV growing up. It's like this, murder. It's like, and I'm not saying, and I don't even know if it would be a stat, or if I would have a baby with this person or anything, but it's almost like, yo, I bagged Felicia Rashad, right? I got Bill Cosby's TV wife. If we was younger, I'm talking about when we was 21 and 22. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I went and got Felicia Rashad. I'm like, yo, bro, you can't get mad at the female, first of all. Second of all, if Draya announced it, my question is this: did he co-sign it? That's the question.
That's a good statement, Killer. What is he saying?
Right?
Is he happy?
Right.
If he likes
Exactly.
it, pause. I love it.
And it's like, you got to realize, you know who we really would like to talk to? Jalen Green's parents, to see if they approve. Because they like, yo, they probably like, you dumb motherfucker. What the are you doing, man? You know they're going to keep it.
Yeah, her kid's the same age as Jalen Green.
Oh, I take that back then. I take that back then.
Exactly.
This is poor shot selection. This is poor shot selection.
Yeah. When it comes to the Felicia Rashad thing, I don't know if that's really an accurate comparison though, because Felicia Rashad was like the beautiful mom figure, but she was like really classy and beautiful. Not that Dre is not like classy and beautiful, but Felicia Rashad was just, in my opinion, just a different type of public figure. Whereas Drea is like that. She's the IG girl. She's like the model type, the model chick that's been on, reality TV and music videos. Like, she's that type of chick. So those two women are given completely different energy, if you ask me. And it's like, having a relationship with somebody is one thing, but actually having a baby with them is like a whole nother thing. And I think that one of the things that kind of troubles me about this pregnancy situation more than the age gap is Drea's thoughts on having a relationship with the child's father, or her thoughts on the future of having a relationship with this man, or with a man that she's having a baby with.
Oh yeah, I want more kids.
Like how many?
Like one, I think.
So like the person you're dating, you see like a future with them?
I think the question you were asking me is if I wanted more kids, and I feel like I want more kids, and I feel like at this point in my life, right?
Yeah.
The relationship is amazing to have, right? But that's not what I'm basing having a kid on, because I'm very non-traditional.
Now, I don't know how long ago this video was filmed. I don't even look at the Shade Room anymore. Just as a side note, I just think that the Shade Room is so toxic. So I don't even look at the Shade Room. So I have no idea when this video was actually posted. But I just think that it's when you're looking at having kids from this angle, I feel like that's when it becomes problematic because you're not considering the fact that most kids who grow up in a single parent household oftentimes end up in toxic relationships when they grow up. A lot of times they feel like they're missing something. They feel like they're missing out on a relationship with one or the other parent. And it doesn't consider what's best for the child. She's like, oh, well, I said that I want more kids, but the relationship, that to me is just a problematic mentality. And I feel like that is the mentality that is very common in a non-traditional society, aka America, which is what we live in, very non-traditional. And it just continues to breed these same toxic relationships and these same toxic scenarios of where it's like you got everybody's a baby mama or a baby daddy to multiple people, multiple kids with multiple people. And I just have not seen a whole lot of good come out of those scenarios.
I feel like you can co-parent without being in a relationship. Maybe just two people say, hey, you want a kid? I want a kid. Let's just have a kid. And like, let's just
Really?
see.
So you would
I'm very like free spirit. I'm very open and just.
You want to have a kid? I want to have a kid. Let's just have a kid. And you know what? There's people that think like that. She's not the only one. I'm pretty sure there's some men who think like that too. Like, oh, well, I want to have a baby. You want to have a baby? Let's just have a baby. But once again, that does not put the best interest of the child first. I mean, I understand like the free spirit thing, but I just feel like that's a very problematic mentality to have. It to me, it's like a dysfunctional. I feel like this type of mentality is rooted in dysfunction, and the only thing that it can create is dysfunction, and just in my opinion, because basically what you're saying in a nutshell is I really don't mind being a single mother. I don't mind raising my kids by themselves, you know, and maybe the reason why she doesn't mind being a single mom or she doesn't mind, raising her kids alone is because, she's very selective about the type of men that she's going to choose to have a baby with. Obviously, Jalen Green is he's obviously rich. He's an NBA star. He's got his contracts, all lined up, so maybe she's just looking like, hey, you know what? I don't really need the man because, I can get the money and, if he wants to see the baby whenever he wants to see it, great. If not, I don't care because I got my baby and I got my money. I mean, that could be her thought process. I mean, I haven't heard her say that, but that could be what she's thinking. The thing is, men absolutely cannot get away with saying anything that she just said right there. Because imagine if this same rhetoric was coming out of the mouth of a man. Okay, he's sitting there, he's like, he's in a relationship and he's pretty much like, I can kind of take it or leave it. I don't, the relationship thing is cool, but I can, I want more kids, but I really don't want to get married and I really don't want to, I don't really, care about the relationship stuff. I just want to have, another baby. I just want to have a couple more kids out here. And, imagine like imagine the backlash that would come from a man saying something so dysfunctional. At the end of the day, these are two consenting adults. I mean, we've seen men in these types of relationships before plenty of times. You've seen the guy in his 40s dating women, 20, 25 years old, and it happens. But at the end of the day, they're adults. I personally wouldn't do it. It's just not my thing. I personally would not. I do not condone, just making babies without being in a relationship, especially not or really ideally being married, but at least having a relationship dynamic that puts the child first. That's what I would prefer. I'm just not into the multiple baby daddies, multiple baby mamas, multiple kids thing. It's just not my thing. Never has been, never will be. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Let's just talk about it in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you have not yet. I would love to have you as part of the Theo with the Truth family. And so yeah, let's just talk about it and I'll see you guys next time.